Welcome back. I'm here at the cabin today and we're going to review the Browning Submicro HD, Full HD trail cam today. So it's been a hot minute since I've discussed my trail cameras. I've had several trail cameras over the years and many of them have aged out. I've got one right now. It's sort of an unrecognizable brand. It's not a common brand, but it's up there. It's pretty neat. It does have a little viewfinder so you can see the pictures as they come through, which is awesome. But I wanted to get another one in my arsenal again. I've had Brownings over the years. I've been overall pretty happy with them. My last one has kind of aged out. So I decided to pick this one up here at Bass Pro Shops. There was a sale on these cameras, so I thought, it's a great time. Let's get another one. It's summertime. I want to see what's going on as the season progresses. So let's get into it. So for reference, I'm going to read you the model number here, or I'll show it to you actually, right here on the camera, BTC 5FHD28-CP. So what's neat about this one, what attracted me to it was that it does shoot 28 megapixel photos. So lots of good resolution there, more than I've ever had before on a trail camera. And it also shoots 1080p video. It'll do 2-minute sections of that and put it on the SD card. Speaking of the SD card, it does come with one. Let's open the box and we'll take a look at the unit. So as you can see, it really does fit in the palm of one's hand. It's pretty light, very light unit, camo colored. You can see there's the camera right there and the IR, the flashes and the sensor. So let's open it up. As I mentioned, it does come with an SD card, which is pretty cool. 32 gigabytes. And it's a high quality, it's a Browning one, but you can also get the Kingston or some similar high quality SD card. This unit does take up to 512 gigabyte card, which might be nice, if you're not going to be at the site that you're monitoring for a while and you want to take a lot of pictures or videos. Now it also comes with batteries, which is one thing that I find irritating about a lot of these trail cams is that they require so many batteries to run. So this one came with 6 alkaline batteries. Now one thing about this unit that did attract me to it, you can use rechargeable batteries and it does have a rechargeable battery mode in the settings so that you can tell them that that's what you're using, and that's what I'm going to be doing moving forward once these ones are used up. I just find that it'll be a little nice for the environment to use the rechargeable batteries. And if you're not into batteries and for the tray, it does come with a little port there for 12 volt DC. So if you have maybe a little solar panel that's charging a battery, you can kind of plug that into here to keep your camera rolling a bit longer than you would normally with these batteries. Over the winter time, these units do run, they do run. I've had photos up to -23 taken on the camera, but you have to use a higher quality battery. Sometimes I'll use those lithium batteries. They're expensive, but if you want to get some really good winter shots, I would use some higher quality batteries for that. I don't think rechargeables would actually hold up for winter shots, so keep that in mind. And it does, unfortunately, does not have a screen to show you, your photos as they come in. It's just sort of a standard screen to tell you, what your mode is, how many pictures or videos you have left, and your battery life right there. The other brand I have, you can scroll through and actually see the photos on the unit, which is pretty cool, but not on this model. And as for all Browning cameras, you can put a name for the camera. It will tell you the date, the time, and the moon phase of when the photo or the video was taken. Again, this does take photos up to 28 megapixels, but you can scale that down if you just want to see what's there and you don't need a high quality picture, then you can adjust that in your settings. Same with the videos. The highest quality video it shoots is up to 1080p. Its detection range, it boasts up to 80 feet, but just keep in mind, when you're detecting, you want to make sure that there's no obstructions in front of your camera, like a shrub or something like that. And to make sure when you're placing the camera, not to put it in the direct line as the sun is arcing through an area, because you get a lot of misfires, with the cameras, a lot of blank pictures, and it's just because you've kind of set it up kind of poorly. So make sure you follow those 2 tips and you'll get, better images. It does have a fast trigger speed. That's what also attracted me to it. As you can see here, the fastest, and you can set it to, you can adjust it, is the 0.135 or the standard 0.7 seconds. You want to put it on the faster trigger speed if you're looking to monitor a trail where animals go through quickly. For example, I've had wolves and coyotes and fishers that just kind of dart through an area. And if they move too quickly and your camera's too slow on the trigger speed, it's not going to pick them up. So you'll get kind of a blank shot here and there. So I usually set mine at the fastest trigger speed to get the wildlife that I want in the photos or videos. It does have a time-lapse plus mode where you can set the trail cam up, and it will take set pictures throughout the day, as well as it will trigger when wildlife is moving through an area if you're monitoring a particular site or field for deer, for example, to see when they're moving through the area. It also adjusts the flash. You can have it for, long, short, fast setups for the flash, and it has sort of smart flash for nighttime, so it doesn't blow out the subject of the photo. For example, I've had some older cameras where, the wildlife gets pretty close to the camera, the flash goes off, just a standard kind of strong flash, and it washes them right out. You can't really see what's going on. It will adjust the flash depending on where the animal is, so you get a better quality nighttime photo. And in my initial setups of the camera, the photos it takes, it's very quiet when it takes them. You don't hear a lot of mechanisms or things going on, so the wildlife don't get too frightened by the unit itself. But there's always something about it that they know, they know there's something there, like a slight light that they can see or a reflection or something like that. Even though it is camouflaged, wildlife do know it's there, and most often they smell your hand on it, so if you don't want that, you can, make sure you handle these with gloves or something like that when you're putting it up. But I find that their behavior is somewhat modified once they know the camera is there. There's a lot of wildlife here around the cabin, but I find that when I'm here, they're really not moving around a lot, or they're really moving around the peripheries. So initially I had set this up for several days to get some photos. I've got a couple of videos and a couple of photos of just me doing this setup. So my quick impressions of what I can see here. As you can see, some of the photos I have here just doing this setup, the colors are actually pretty, a little bit over, like too much, a little bit oversaturated. So that's typically what I find with Browning cameras. It's like really, really, like the greens are electric green and the reds are really red. Like it's just really oversaturated. So it's not like it's a good quality picture, don't get me wrong, but you could probably have to, if you wanted to have pictures, say, to frame or something like that, you'd want something different. It's going to be an adjustment in Photoshop or something to make them look a little bit better than they are. But that's just me. I like really high quality photos, and these cameras are what they are. They detect what's there, but I'm not as impressed, even though it's a super high detail picture. The coloring bothers me a bit, and I do find some of the daylight photos with the sunlight, it does sort of blow out the whole image there and makes it not as attractive. I think it shoots a pretty good video. The video, they do record sound with it, which is cool because some wildlife make noises as they go through, so I really like that. It does have a smart camera mode during video recording where if the animal still keeps moving, it'll record up to 5 minutes of them moving around. So if they stop moving, it'll stop at about 2 minutes, but it will keep it going if they continue to move within the camera frame and detection range. It does have a relatively fast picture recovery time, so about half a second between photos, which is good. And you can also set it so that, you don't get 1,000 pictures of deer if they're constantly feeding in one spot. You can say, you can put a picture delay in there as well. And you can also shoot in multi-shots. You can get multiple shots of the same animal as well. So that's another cool option this camera offers. The maximum delay time is up to 60 minutes between images for really high traffic areas. And of course, it does come with the good old strap to attach it to the tree. I'm not a huge fan of these kind of mechanisms that Browning has. It's just really annoying. It kind of goes through here, like so, and you kind of strap it to a tree or whatever. And, it's good. It holds it on, but it's just, I don't know. I've never been a fan of this. But one other thing it does have is it has a standard tripod mount, or if you have another way you want to mount it, that's fine too. But it does come with the good old strap they have come with over the years. And we'll see if this holds up to the test of time. Usually these last, I find, 3 years or something like that. It does have a full 1-year warranty. It just depends on what kind of abuse and use it gets. Obviously if wildlife chew it and take off with it, well, it's going to have a shorter lifespan. But over time, I do find there is a bit of moisture that kind of gets into them, and that can affect the mechanics of it, the electronics really. So we'll see. We'll see how long this lasts. I'm going to set it up here at the cabin on some of the trails, and we'll let it go for some weeks and not disturb it and see what we get. I'm really looking forward to setting it up again in the spring, seeing if I can get the moose going through here again. Usually a moose walks by the cabin every year, and sometimes footsteps right up to the door almost. It's pretty cool. And we also have a fox nearby that likes to hang out around the cabin, and her den's just up over the ridge. So she likes to swing by too. So I'm pretty excited to be able to kind of take a look at them again in more detail and go from there. Well, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions about today's video, don't hesitate to leave them down below in the comments. If you have a favorite kind of trail cam or trail camera tip, place it down below for all of us to learn. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.